So I'm out here on a walk. I hope you guys can hear me. It's a little bit windy out. I'm out here on a walk, and I just thought I'd tell you guys a little bit about what the Lord's doing. So the Lord's been blessing me financially a lot lately. And the latest financial blessing has been the biggest yet. It was quite a bit. So for a while there, I wasn't doing my tax returns because, largely because I just didn't want to do them. And I did a little bit of research, and I found out that if you normally get a return, you don't have to do your taxes. If you normally get money back, you don't have to do your taxes. And as I said in my previous video, I'm coming off about 10 years of really poor decisions. And part of those poor decisions were just not filing my taxes. And there's a whole big long story as to why I've been afraid for a long time, and I don't really want to get into it at this moment. But my tax returns, I told the Lord a couple of weeks ago that the Lord told us to come boldly to the throne room. And he's been encouraging me to ask him, not for selfish things, but for more bold requests. That exercises my faith in him, and that gets to exercise God's power in his life. There's a tiny little spider crawling on this railing. And that gets to exercise both of us. I get to exercise my faith, like I said, and God gets to show how capable he is in my life. And in turn, that increasingly exercises my faith. Well, my tax returns this year, I told the Lord that I want everything that the enemy stole from me. The past 7 years or whatever it is that I've been stuck in this position, I want everything that I could have had in those 7 years, and I want everything that I had previously. And it was like that woman who went to the king, and she had to leave for a little while, and when she came back, her land was stolen, or her land was taken. I don't remember the exact story, but she went before the king, and the king was already listening to a story about this woman, and she showed up, and the king said, not only am I going to give you your land back, but I'm going to restore to you those 7 years, or however many years it was, of money that you could have had. And so she got a huge blessing. And I told the Lord, I said, I want the same thing. I want to get as fit as I would have been in 7 years, both mentally, physically, and spiritually. I want everything. And I got not 7 years, because it's not like I didn't go 7 years without filing my taxes, but I went 2019, 20, 21, and 22. So 4 years I haven't filed my taxes. And guess what? All that money's coming back. All that money's coming back. Not only that, but I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe that I'm going to get interest on it back. I'm going to get all the money that I could have had during that time, including the stimulus checks. My tax return guy, I'm not going to tell you where I got my taxes done in case I'm not allowed to say, but my tax return guy, he said, yeah, you're going to get everything back. And so I was so happy. Literally everything out of his mouth was just fantastic news. He goes, oh yeah, you're going to get this. And I'm like, awesome, that's so little extra money. He goes, oh yeah, by the way, you're going to get this and this and this. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. And so the Lord is capable of restoring the years that were stolen from you. And I told the Lord, there's a story about a Jewish man, I don't remember the exact story. I'll get better at remembering things, guys. But for right now, there was a story about a Jewish man who was living in a land, and the land didn't rain for a long time. And finally, the town went to this Jewish leader because they knew that he was a man of God. And they said, please talk to your God and help us with, whatever it is that we needed. Number one, that shows that they had faith in God. But they didn't feel like they could go to him and talk to him. And so the Jewish leader said, okay, fine. I'll talk to my king. I'll talk to God. And so he went out in the middle of the town and he drew a circle in the ground, a great big circle. And he sat in the middle of the circle. And he said, Lord, I will not leave this circle until you make it rain, until you bless these people and allow the rain to come back. And I don't know how long it was that he stayed there, but he stayed there for a while. No food, no water, no nothing. And it began to rain for the first time in years. And the Jewish man, I gotta look up this story because it was such a boss move. The Jewish man looked up to heaven and he said, I appreciate this rain, but this isn't the rain that I prayed for. This isn't what I asked for. And he wasn't doing it to be disrespectful. He was saying, God, I have so much faith in you that I know that you have more. And I told the Lord, after I got my incredible news about my tax returns, I'm getting a lot back, guys. But I told the Lord, I said, God, I appreciate this abundantly, but this isn't the rain that I prayed for. I want everything back. I don't have a right to have it back because I lost it because of my foolish decisions. But I told the Lord, I said, if you said that I could have it back, I want it all back. I want everything back. I want my health. I want your ministry. I want to be spiritually mature in you. Everything that I could have had, the journey that I could have had, I want it. And I don't think it's selfish to ask for that because it's all going to be for God's glory. And I'm a little bit hesitant to tell people about my tax returns because you don't want to go blabbing about how much money you have. But I have told several people, including my pastor, and I told him I had given this woman in Walmart a lot of money to help her pay for her baby's food. Or it was medication. It was a lot of money. And I said, God, I'm just doing this because I feel like this is what I'm supposed to do, and you called us to help people. And so I gave her the money, and it was a lot. And I'm not joking, y'all. I'm sorry, my watch keeps buzzing. Literally, the money that I'm getting for my tax returns is over 10 times the amount of money that I gave this woman. And I said, God, that's wonderful. That's fantastic. I'm so grateful. And I definitely don't deserve it. But I want everything. I want more. I want everything that I could have had. And so, anyway, that's kind of a neat story. Right now, I'm out here walking without my shirt on. And that's a big step because I'm out of shape. I'm very out of shape. And I'm very aware that I'm out of shape. So it's a big insecurity of mine to be without my shirt on. But I was going to look on my phone. I was going to take a selfie of me to see how it is that I looked. And I thought, you know what? If I look at my phone, I'm not going to be happy with how I look. And that's going to make me regress into who I was, which is someone who's scared and timid and stuff like this. I am not going to take a selfie. I'm just going to adopt the attitude of I don't care who's looking, I'm doing this to get healthy. And so, anyway, just wanted you guys to hear about the good news. Ask God for something that was taken from you. You know, don't forget to exercise your faith. When you exercise your faith and you ask God for big things, that says to him, God, this is how much faith I have in you. This is the kind of faith that I have that you can do. I believe you can do this much. And obviously, it's not about asking for selfish things. It's about reminding God of how powerful he is. It's about, saying, God, this is how much I trust you. Not only is there going to be no problem when I go to the doctor, but the doctor is going to tell me really good news. And when you exercise that kind of faith, God is impressed, and he wants to hear that from his children. If your son or daughter came up to you, or you overheard a conversation and you heard them say, well, my dad's, he's not that tough, or, he's not that smart, but he's doing his best he can. You don't want to hear that. You want to hear your son or daughter bragging about how great you are. You want to hear them saying, my dad's so great, I bet he could do this, that, and the other thing. And that's what you want to hear. And it's the same way with God. God loves to delight in his children, and he loves it when his children delight in him. So anyway, I'm out here. I got to get back to my walk. While I'm on my walk, I'll show you guys this. Look how beautiful this is. I'm just sitting here on this bridge. There's a nice little walking path over here. This neat little bridge. And just kind of relaxing. Chilling out, relaxing, acting all cool. Shooting some b-ball out by the school. I love that show. But anyway, this is what I'm doing while I'm out here walking. I'm exercising my mind. You can't see it, but that tree that I'm looking at is a shagbark hickory tree, and there's also a cottonwood tree right next to it. And so I'm looking at birds, getting a little bit smarter, identifying stuff. There was this weird slimy stuff growing on the ground over there, and I didn't know what it was, and I found out that it was algae. And so now whenever I see it, I go, oh, I know that that's algae. So, just trying to learn a little bit more. So what do you guys think of my sunglasses? Pretty cool, right? Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget, Jesus loves you, and have a fantastic day.